and welcome to the Gothic Unicorn. Now today's video is going to be a bit of a vlog. It's a bit of a vlog because I'm still trying to decide where I'm going to be going over the next month or so. I am of course referring to the elephant in the room at this time of year, Christmas. Halloween is over, and that means that in the UK it's now full steam ahead to Christmas. This may or may not be how it is where you are. Obviously, I know in the States you've got Thanksgiving at the end of this month, but I'm sure that there is also a degree of Christmas overload too. Everywhere I go, it's Christmas. Every shop I go into, I can't find what I'm looking for because they've moved it to make way for Christmas stock. Now, here, we're lucky if the shop's shut for 2 days. That is the 25th and the 26th of December. And yet, you would think we were preparing for the apocalypse. No. Just no, we don't need special things for it. That's not what's important about Christmas. We don't need a million and one foods that we wouldn't otherwise eat. At least, I don't think so. But that's me. Anyway, the past few years I have done my spooky Christmas, Creepmas videos, and whilst I've enjoyed making the items, I've found that the videos haven't been the most popular, and I'm debating whether to bother this year. What I'm actually thinking is that I want to do a couple more videos like this one, whereby I do some little makes, show you some stuff that I might have done, and show you how I've decided to decorate my doll's house. Because in some ways I think that's what interests people. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to try and fit in some more work on my 1/48 scale and maybe just some random makes just because. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. Could change. It could definitely change. At the moment, I'm feeling so much better than I was, but I am always aware that the little germ factory, or should that be not so little germ factory, is still attempting to make everybody as ill as possible. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to start today with some bits that I've already picked up for Christmas because, well, it's been a bit sparse on the ground this year. There's lots of Christmas stuff out there, but it's either the same stuff that we've seen year on year, or, quite frankly, I just cannot see how I can utilise it in a mini sense. There's a lot of big, gaudy Christmas decor. I don't know if that's telling of the current economic state, but yeah, big and gaudy seems to be the order of the day. So I have picked up a few bits. I'll show you those and then I can talk maybe about what I want to do with some of them, and actually show you one that I've already done with one of them, which is even better. Now, I've been out and I picked up a couple of pieces just this morning, actually. And I went to the range, which is I don't know quite how to describe it. The range is a store, and they sell all kinds of things for the home. They sell craft stuff, which makes it interesting to me. They sell DIY products. They sell homewares, and just about everything else. They sell a lot of Christmas. a lot of that gaudy Christmas that I was talking about. And to be fair, I went in there because somebody in another shop the other day actually turned around and said, "You don't want to go in there. They've got Santas that attack you." I didn't see any attacking Santas. Might actually have made my day if I had. But I picked up a few little pieces because they'd got some stuff that was reduced, which Christmas stuff reduced in November. It doesn't add up to me, but I don't care. I will get it. And I bought these words. Now, they're wooden Christmas sentiments. They're designed for using on cards and the like. And they cost me less than £1. I think it was less than £1. Yes, they cost me less than £1. They say Merry Christmas. Now, I'm thinking that I'm going to turn at least one of those into some kind of decoration. It may be freestanding, it may be wall mounted, I'm not sure. But you can't go wrong with a basic Merry Christmas, can you? Now, for the same section, I got some wooden gonks. Now, these are the gnomes that are everywhere. Now, these are supposed to be hanging ornaments. But what I noticed was the smallest couple in there haven't got holes. So I could turn those into miniature decor just by colouring them and, you know, giving them a little base so they'll stand up. I don't know if they'll go into the doll's house or if they'll go onto my Christmas table when I get round to that. But I could see some definite possibilities there. And they cost the same price, which I think was 60-something pence. Yeah, I think they might have been 61p, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. The next thing I got was another one of these sets of little wooden shapes. Now, there's 12 shapes in there, and it's still fastened up, as you can probably see by the reflection. And there are 3 of each because it's wooden confetti pack, 36 pieces. And that one cost me about £1.50, which isn't bad. I've got holly, a stocking, candy cane, what looks like a bow, a little house, possibly a Christmas tree. It's a bit dubious. A gingerbread man, words that may say the 25th of December, bells, Christmas puddings, gifts, and some jumping reindeer. Am I going to use all of them? No. Is there enough in there to justify what I've paid? Yeah. And at some point in the future, I want to do a project with these boxes. I've got a number of them now in different sizes. And I think I can do something with them. Now, whilst we're on the topic of these little wooden bits, I showed you this in a previous video. It's a set with wreath bases. And I thought I can do something with that. And indeed I have. Now, I took one and I coloured it green. Now, I've coloured it green with an alcohol marker. You could paint it, but I use an alcohol marker because I know that they stain well. And then I've stuck beads on what will be the front. So it makes a decorated wreath. You could use paper flowers. You could use bigger beads. You could use beads of different sizes. These were just what I happen to have. And I quite like it. I may put that on the front of the doll's house this year. But just a really, really simple way of using one of these. And it has convinced me that I can do a lot. I really like this one, which is lots and lots of layers. I just don't quite know what to do with it. It will come in useful later on, I don't doubt. So, a little tiny make. Really simple, really easy. A little bit of tacky wax or even poster putty onto the door of your doll's house, and the outside is starting to be ready for Christmas. The next thing I've been buying is Christmas ribbon. Now I bought this red one, which I think is a bit of a organza type. It's going to be slightly see-through because it's about the right size for my table. That is the table that I've been decorating seasonally. And I picked that up from one of the pound shops, I think it was, and I like it. Now I have got some somewhere that I've already bought for Christmas when I was getting Halloween stuff, and I've put it away and I can't find it. So yeah, but then when I was doing the grocery shopping, I saw this set in Lidl. Now, I'm not really bothered by the thinner ribbons. I'm sure I can use them for something, but it's got a nice sort of neutral tartan pattern, and it's got a nice green jute type ribbon. And for less than £2, I thought we'll have those. So yeah, Christmas ribbon. I put that aside because it's being very reflective. Actually, everything's being very reflective at the moment. I'm having problems with my light, so if there's flickering, I do apologise. It works. It has power. It's just being a bit awkward. And the final thing I've got to show you at the moment is this. I picked this up again from one of our pound shops. Well, it used to be a pound shop, and then the chain shut, and the guy that had started it started some new shops which have got almost exactly the same products in. It's just called One Beyond, because lots of things cost more than £1. But when I refer to a pound shop, I'm talking about a cheap shop. We don't have any shops where everything's the same price anymore. But I'm sure that wherever you are, you've got similar kind of stores where they sell cheap. Now this is made of some kind of resin, I suppose, and I quite like it. It's got some potential. With the colours that it is, with the sort of mauvey, lilac-y coloured bow, I figure I could just use it as it is. It would work with some of my creepy stuff, or I could paint over it into a different colour. And the fake snow, yes, it's fake, but if I wanted to, I could add some more stuff over the top to make it less shiny. At the moment, I don't feel the need to. Now that comes to just above the height of the railings on the front of my doll's house, so I think it's a reasonable size to use as Christmas decor. As I always say, this sort of decor pieces don't have to be strictly to scale, because the decor stuff never is. You know, it's very rare that you find a skeleton that is the size of a real person. They're always far too small, or, to be quite honest, far too large. I don't know many 7-foot men, but I've seen 7-foot skeletons, and I certainly have never seen anybody that's 12 foot like those wonderful big skeletons that you get in the US. Nevertheless, I think I can deal with that, and for £1 it got potential. So if I don't use it this year, it will go in my Christmas potential box when I find it, because I have one, and I've got stuff that I've bought and put away, and I saw it earlier in the year, but again, I can't find it. That really seems to be the story of my life at the moment. I went digging about because I knew I'd got some bits for Christmas, and I found this ribbon, which may or may not be what I bought earlier on in the season. If it isn't, then it's one that I'd completely forgotten I'd got and has suddenly re-emerged from somewhere. A bit like this stuff, which is sort of sequined net. And it has, in the 5 minutes I've had it on my table, covered everywhere with glitter. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using that on anything miniature. I think, my hands are covered, I may be finding a nice plastic bag to seal it in. I did find this, which I bought. I picked this up early because I don't see it very often, and it is a nice, about 2 meters, so that's approximately 6 feet, just over 6 feet of this pine garland, which is sort of pipe cleaner thickness, and this stuff is brilliant for doing miniature garlands and stuff like that. So I do like to grab this when I see it because it tends to sell out quite quickly, and at that price I'm not surprised. And the other things that I bought were these, which obviously look like giant candy canes, and they're actually pencils. Those pencils that you buy that haven't yet been sharpened. Now, I don't know how you're supposed to deal with that. I presume you're supposed to sharpen that end, and then once you get so far up there, you give up anyway. I haven't bought them for pencils, although they would make nice stocking fillers for younger people. Maybe. I actually thought they'd make really good oversized candy canes, or maybe even a candy cane heart, if I could figure out a way to fasten them together to make like a archway of some description. You see, I have these ideas, and again, they weren't very expensive, which is why I picked them up, because I figured them not being very expensive, they weren't going to hang around very long. So maybe I'll do something with them. I don't know. And I also found some Christmas stickers. Now, I can only say that when I bought these, I must have had some kind of a inkling of what I could do with some of them. I don't know what that was. I haven't got a clue. But I have used stickers before and small images to make little decorative pieces. I did it on, well, not with stickers, I did it with little images I found off the internet on my coronation table. And it worked really well on the little tiered tray there. So that might have been what was inspiring me at the time. I don't know. I truly don't know. As I say, I must have had an idea, but that was then, and now I'm completely blank. So if you can think of anything I could do with any of this stuff, aside from put it away and store it for the next 5 years, please comment down below. I would welcome any input. One thing that I do want to at least make a start on in this video is making over my table. This is the table that has had 3 incarnations so far this year. I did it for Easter, and then I did a coronation tabletop, and then I've done my autumn one, which doesn't work very well this way around because the autumn bunting goes somewhat awry. But I'm going to be removing this shortly, and I'm going to be looking at making a new, I never quite know what to put it, vignette? I don't know how to, is that the right word? I don't know what the right word to describe it is. But this is a piece that I've actually been using as decor in my living room. If you saw the original video, it was done as a kind of proof of concept, and I've just kept doing it. I haven't done the tables in the doll's house. I didn't even do the tables in the doll's house for Halloween. I didn't do this one for Halloween, and I was going to, but there's always next year. And it lives on my bookcase. It has a little spot on my bookcase, but I think it needs to be changed for Christmas. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to have a look at this and see if I can come up with a few pieces that we can start putting together to make a Christmas version. Since I last filmed, I have spent several days working on my table decor. I'm never quite sure what to call these. What would you call them? Anyway, a lot of the pieces that I've done are based on things that I've covered in other videos. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview. I was going to film some more, but to be fair, I kind of got a bit carried away. And I was working on several of the pieces at once. But it's worked out quite well. Now, I am going to first off address that this piece, which is one of the Christmas pieces I made last year, I haven't stuck in place. And I've done that because I've got an idea for something else that I want to cover in a future video that may well go on there. So it seems to sit quite nicely on my little wooden platter. And I like that I can change that out. But I'm going to take that off for a moment because obviously it's not glued down and everything else is. I've done the table covering the same way that I did previously. This is a piece of cereal box board cut down to the right size, which in this case is a little bit smaller than the ribbon. And the ribbon's been glued on top. Now, because the ribbon is quite sheer, because it's an organza, what I did is I painted the inside side of the cereal box with some very pale grey paint. This is my storm cloud paint, which I love. And it's just given a good background for the red. Now, I could have painted it red, but it wouldn't have been the same colour. And I did actually see somewhere that if you wanted to, the grey is a good base colour for a lot of stronger colours. So I thought I'd try it, and it works. And I think it just looks like somebody's put a protective cover down before they put the fancy one on top. The 25th of December little sign, is obviously one of the wooden things I showed you earlier in the video, as is the little gnome. The 25th of December one has been painted. The gnome was done with a combination of paint for the white of his beard, and the rest was done with alcohol markers. Now, this worked on this because there's actual gaps between the sections. It's actually marked out with like a little bit of engraving, and it meant that the colour didn't run. I wouldn't recommend it if it's just lines, but it worked in this case. I've got, obviously, a little floral display. Now, my floral display is actually some flowers that I saved from my old florists project. And I think they look kind of Christmassy, almost poinsettia-like. And I've just put them into a painted bead. I made candles for the front, and made a little tray out of some blister packaging with some little Christmas tree baubles. Now, these are beads with littler beads stuck on top, and I've repeated those on the tiered tray. The glass with the candy canes in. The candy canes are made of wire because I could not find my white paper clips I bought some white paper clips for crafting many years ago, and I keep losing them. They're in here somewhere. I've seen them. I just can't put my hands on them. And I've just put some little red marks on them with some paint and a cocktail stick. Simple as that. Really easy. There's a little bit of tissue in the bottom of the glass. The glass is actually a piece of a clear straw. With plastic straws not being available anymore, I'm afraid I'm hoarding a few. And I've got some clear ones, and they work great for this kind of thing. And I used a bit of tissue because I couldn't find any clear packaging material of a suitable strength, so I had to use a bit of white card for the base. So to make it less obvious, I've stuck some tissue in there. Obviously my board is a wooden circle. I just painted it. I went with the red because I knew I was going to be putting something else on top, and as you can see, if I put something on of about 1 inch diameter, there isn't much of it showing anyway, but it works. And then of course there's my tiered tray, which I've been doing quite a bit this year. Now this one is my cereal board and cardstock version with a toothpick in the middle. It's something that I covered in a video around about Easter time. I think it was the Easter table for this I actually cover it in. And then I've decorated it with a few more of my little tree baubles, some golden coins. These are based upon the chocolate coins that are, well, they have a big tradition in the UK. And then on the top we've got a little snowman that I made with some little beads, some holly that I actually made last year, and that actually came out of my Christmas box. And then at the bottom I've got some Christmas crackers, which again are very much a British thing, that I've had for many years, and that I decided needed a permanent home rather than keep getting jammed in things. And I think it works. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a nice little decorative piece that will be on display throughout the festive season. So yeah, I've actually achieved something, and I am absolutely over the moon that I have managed to achieve something, because my mind is all over the place. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like, comment and subscribe. And I'd recommend that you ring that notification bell, because then you'll know when my next video goes up, because I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully it'll be something good. And until then, bye.